Good afternoon, traders. Sasha here with another exciting video. Today is April 11th. We are going to go to a live market that's just about to close in a few moments, and we're going to look at these exciting setups and opportunities that are going to happen or are happening already on the charts. So let's get started. Quick disclaimer that this is just how I see the markets. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. Today I'm going to go over a lot of stocks and a lot of crypto, and I'm going to cover quite a few banks and Apple and of course Air Canada. So this is the first one we're going to be looking at, and we are looking at Apple right now. This is a weekly setup here. Weekly because it's Monday and we want to see how the markets are reacting from the previous week, okay, and show you what the opportunities are. So we had this beautiful resistance support area, okay, definitely support area for Apple. After this beautiful engulfing bar, we had a nice move all the way to the upside. Of course, this was the last move of the bulls here with this candle right there, and the market stopped turning around. All right, so what happened and why is it selling off? Well, first of all, we had this nice pin bar, which is right here. Okay, if you guys don't see it, this is a pin bar here. All right, and then we had this nice pin engulfing bar. So basically, this candle pretty much engulfs the previous candle, this pin bar. If you look at the body here, it's completely covered with this candle, and the market is kind of slowly sloping down to this 155 area, which is great. This is where we're going to look for our opportunity to buy in, and this is Apple. So continuing on, I am going to look at Tesla. Tesla is looking the same way pretty much as Apple. Okay, so take a look at here. All right, so we had this was the highest level that we had in the past around 2021 when Tesla reached this height, right? And then we pulled back. Okay, then we made this little peak here, so that means the market stopped here. You can also see this candle right there where the market stopped before as well. So that's one bounce, two, and then we had a nice breakout out of here. That's three. Okay, so at this 780.25 area. Okay, then market went up, came down, and slowly sloped to this 780 area. We almost touched it here. I would consider this as a touch because it's always it's a zone. It's not a specific line. Okay, and then we had this beautiful candle here. This is not a pin bar, not a technical pin bar. It is a pin bar, but not a technical one, because the body of this candle is not within the previous candle. So this is definitely not a pin bar. Okay, and then what happened? Market went sideways. We tested this 886 with this candle, the next one here, and then we had this beautiful engulfing candle jumping from 780.25 into this area here. And of course, where do we look for our targets? Well, the previous highs, and we can see the highs were there. Okay, and then that's exactly where the market stopped. And now what's going to happen later, or what's going to happen next? I'm waiting for the market to come down here to this 886 again to retest this area here, and possibly if we get the signal to buy into that area. So that's Tesla for you. I'm going to go over a lot of different stocks today, so just bear with me, okay? I'm going to take a look at the oil quickly just to show you what's going on there. And markets are just moving crazy. We are getting these opportunities every single day, right? So what we had on oil, I'm going to just squeeze the chart here, and we can see why the market actually stalled right here. Okay, so the highest level was 129.99. We can see the pullback right away. Market took us all the way to this level here, but look at this huge candle with the wick hanging above this 114.80 area. Okay, so take a look on the left side. In the past, we could see the market stalled at that area, and guess what happens? Well, market stops at those areas all the time, right? So that's what we expected from the market to do. And then after that, after this beautiful pin bar, so this wick, this is definitely a beautiful pin bar. Let's take a look how that looks like. You can see the body is in between, inside the previous candle, and break on the bottom, market started coming down. What I'm looking at is 84.50 per barrel, if this area is actually strong enough to hold it. So just a quick look at the oil. Okay, we're gonna switch to Air Canada right away. Okay. Air Canada looks, oh, look at all these lines. I love showing you all these lines, right? But let's clean up some of these. It's not important. Okay, so what's going on? Bigger picture right here. So all these lines, as you can see, those are our support and resistance areas from the past. We are hanging around again at this 22 area. It's constantly the same one. And if I take my tool and show you these areas. So after the breakout here, market bounced off of this once, twice, three times, fake out four times, and then couldn't go through three times here, and then it was hanging around in this area for such a long time. We came down, we had a hard issue going down or going up from that area, right? So this is another area to look at. Another bounce from there, and then the market just bounced a little bit over there and broke through that area all the way, well, $24. So it didn't reach this $25. I need to just clean up the area here. So what we are looking at right now, we are in this range, basically. It is a sloping range. The reason why this line is connected to this low and not this low, because this low here is lower than this one. Okay, so otherwise the candle would go from here to here, right? I mean, the line would go from here to here. Anyway, so the slope is going downwards. Okay, we had this 25.58 area that was impossible to break out before. Then we have also this resistance in a form of a trend line right there, and you can see how the market respected it. We just came here, we poked on the other side, and then the market just started falling down. All right, we see a little bit of activity here at 22 area from the bulls. I don't see any significant signs to show me that the market is going to bounce from there. Yes, we do have this beautiful engulfing bar right at this 22 area. So what needs to happen is basically market needs to break above this 22.67 in order for us to buy into this area. I'm also going to pull the Fibonacci here. Let's see what the bounce is telling us here. Okay, so let's do this from this bottom here. This is our last swing to this last swing right there. So from here to here, we have a bounce at 50% here, which is a great area to look for to buy in. Pardon me, 61.8 area. Sorry, 61.8 area. We just touched that at 21.48, and then we bounced off with this bullish candle right there. So is this going to hold? Let's see if the top of this candle gets broken. We are definitely in for a long. To buy into Air Canada all the way up to 58, 20. Pardon me. After the break of this candle here, we are looking to buy into Air Canada at this 20 and take it all the way to 25.58 area. You have to be also aware of this 24.72. This is where we last bounced, and also we have resistance in the form of a trend line right here at 23. So just be mindful of that. Exciting things that I was looking at in a beautiful setup. So this is setup number one that I'm looking at. Okay, setup number two. Let's take a look at the National Bank of Canada. Okay, so this is a very nice setup here that's formed already. Okay, so if we squeeze the candles right here, we can see that this is the area where the market stopped before, 94.15 area. Okay, this is I'm going to switch to weekly chart just to show you. Okay, this is very kind of important to see. Daily chart, had this little turnaround here, so fake out to the downside. I was expecting it to come down to all the way to 91.38. It did not happen. Right now we are sitting at this 94 area. So what we have here, this is not a pin bar. However, this is a great candle that is telling us a story again. And the story is that price actually penetrated below that area, this 94.15, and but the bulls pushed the price up again, and so the sellers are not in control anymore. The bulls are showing at the same area where they bounced off before. Okay, you can see the spin bar, then this engulfing bar. We can see the market broke out of there. This was very close to come down here, so this was at 24.82, and we are looking at 24.20, so about 60 cents difference. It is an area again. So what we have here, basically, we have a breakout, and which is a completely fake out here. This price was not being able to hold below that line, and now we have bulls showing up at that same area. Okay, so what I'm expecting it to do is to give us some kind of a signal here from to maybe a pin bar, something like this, to show up in this area and give us a long on this National Bank of Canada. If that doesn't happen, if the price manages to somehow close us below this line, then we are expecting it to come down all the way to 91.38, which is the last time we saw the bulls bounce from. Okay, and you can see two opportunities there that happen. So we had a bounce here and we had a bounce here. So what I'm expecting to do, that this support will hold, and market will show us its hand, give us a nice signal so we can buy into this market. So that's what it is. Once again, I'm going to remind everybody that this is not a recommendation for anybody to buy, sell or hold any securities. This is just the way I see the markets. I'm switching to Bank of Montreal. All right, Bank of Montreal has a similar story here. It's just a little bit, but $3 away from the area that I'm looking into to buy in. Okay, so at the moment, what I'm looking at, we have this beautiful support, which is right here. We had 3 bounces here, 1 here, and then we had a breakout, bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. We can see definitely that at 5 times the market bounced off of this 141.10. What I'm expecting it to do, and is at the moment bears are in control. I'm waiting for the market to come down here to this area to give us probably opportunity to buy into this market to take it to these highs. Okay, so that will be a nice profit from 140 to all the way 152.53. So that's what I see at BMO. Bank of Nova Scotia, that one is nicely looking at the moment. Okay, so what we have here, if I squeeze the charts, we can see that the market came to a certain point here. We had kind of a nice push from the bulls here, and the market came down, created this support for us. All right, created this support right there, and then we can see that market came down again, and the bulls showed up at that area, pretty much just an area, right? So we are sitting at this right now. This is a weekly chart, so this candle is still alive. Okay, this candle is still alive. This candle can still turn into something like this. Okay, all right, or it can turn into something like this, which is a pin bar, or this is a bullish engulfing bar like we saw in Air Canada. So if we get some kind of signal over there, we can see that the market is in the upside. We are sitting on the support area, which is great. Okay, and now we're just waiting for the signal to happen at that point of time, and then we can continue on from there. So that's what I'm looking at Bank of Nova Scotia. Okay, moving on to TD. Beautiful, beautiful area. Again, we can see the same stuff on Toronto Dominion Bank, and we had a nice breakout right here. Okay, this was a breakout here, and the market came down, pretty much retested that area. Okay, it is an area. Okay, because take a look at the wick of this candle here on top. Okay, so the high was at 96.75. The low of this candle is 96.89. So maybe like 10 cents shy from touching the top of this candle here, which is amazing. Okay, so this is actually an area. So we came down once, then we had a nice bounce from the bulls at this area again, and now we are sitting at this area again, and we can see the bulls are coming into play, which is a 96.68. If this candle turns into a signal, we have an opportunity to buy in and take it all the way to these highs. Okay, first target here, second target right there. Okay, so 108 and first target around 102. Okay, so nice profit if this turns into a signal. If the market breaks and closes the price below, we can see maybe a bounce out of 93.25 from that area. So we can see these two candles were struggling to go through, and then we had a bounce off that, and then nice push from the bulls from that area, if you can see the line. So 93.43 would be the area that I would look in for Toronto Dominion Bank. Okay, we're looking at the Royal Bank of Canada right now, and take a look. Oh my God, same thing. We came to this level here, which was 134.21, and then we had a problem going through that area for such a long time. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of not going through it, and then with 6th week market slowly broke on the other side, and then we had a like this spike right there. We came down, we almost retested that area. It's a zone basically. So this candle here, this pin bar, beautiful pin bar, bounced off of this. Bulls took the market a little bit higher, all the way up to 144.20. Okay, and now we are on our slope. People are taking profits. So what I'm expecting to do is to come to 134.20 area, 134 area, right here where we have this support area, to give us a signal. If we get a beautiful signal out of here, we can take the market again. First target 142, the second target 147. So that's what I'm looking at the Royal Bank of Canada. We are looking at the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, and here is a little bit different story. We had this beautiful 153 area that had a nice 2-3 bounces off of that, and none of them held in the last couple of days. We just had this beautiful engulfing bar that just took down the price all the way to 146.27. We are sitting in that area pretty much right now, and what I'm expecting it to do, it's either it can be two things here. First of all, it's 145 area could hold. We can see quite a few times. Let me just put the line here, and you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. So this is the height of this candle right there. We can see the bulls had a problem breaking or penetrating through that area, and then once they finally did that, we had basically a support area. This was a resistance when it was trying to go through, and then we turned into support. This candle was not able to break the price lower. Then we had a doji, another candle, couldn't do anything. Then the bulls came in. This is a beautiful pin bar, and then once the price spiked towards down, and bulls just took over, took the price again to this 153 area, and then came down again to 141. So we can see that this 145 area could play a significant role. So we have two opportunities. Either it's going to bounce from 146.27 around there, this area here, so keep that on your radar, or you're going to have a nice beautiful bounce after 1, 2, 3, so fourth bottom at 140.77 if you're looking into Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the Bitcoin right now, and this is Bitcoin, what's going on right now in this chart. Okay, so with the Bitcoin, we are expecting a bounce at around 3620 to 4.99. So that will be kind of an area that I would be looking at. The lowest would be a 3360. Looking at the bounces from here in the past and where the bulls showed up their hand. So this was a beautiful engulfing bar, a pin bar, a pin bar, another pin bar. So area that I would look at for the first bounce would be 36,224. And how we can actually jump into these trades, well, you know, it is expensive. This, we're talking about American dollars. I'm going to switch this to Canadian dollars so you can see that how it's recalculated. So this is another trick that I can show you here. You can click on this icon here and then switch to any currency you would like to see. So we can see it's $50,000 at the moment, the price for the Canadian dollar, right? So this is my first bounce that I'm looking at, and then the second one would be right here at this area. Okay, so the market is just turning around after this peak was not being able to break, so $59,000 in value. So how do we jump into these trades? Well, if you can't afford this kind of a stuff, if you can't afford one Bitcoin or whatever it's whatever the value is, we can. There's a couple of companies in Canada that are completely equipped with trading only for the crypto, as well as the Wealthsimple is offering the same thing. You can buy friction of the little pieces of the crypto that you can basically afford. So you can start with as low as $100. The one that I'm using is called Netcoins. So if you can't afford one full Bitcoin, you can also buy pieces of it. And I'm not recommending any company. I'm just saying that there's Wealthsimple is offering trades now in crypto as well. I'm using a Netcoin, so your choice. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for the market to bounce at that area 45,662. Okay, Dogecoin against the US dollar. This is an interesting one. Okay, we had a nice spike yesterday. Okay, from that one. And as you can see right now, it's turned into not a successful move. However, this was the area of support where the market broke. So we had this fake out right there. Let's take a look at here. I'm just going to move the chart. So we had one penetration. So let's take a tool here and show you. So the market came down here, created support, bounced off of it, came down, retested here, finally managed to break and close the price on the bottom. However, the next session the candle turned, and then right away price closed on the other side. Okay, after this area here, 1207, we had a nice bounce to the upside, and this was the end of last week or yesterday. And this pin bar is actually telling me that the market is still in a downtrend as far as that one. Okay, so I'm looking at this area to rebuy in and give us an opportunity to buy this Dogecoin. So this is what I'm looking at crypto at the moment. You can't beat these kind of a huge candles. I mean, take a look. First of all, this was a resistance right there. We can see the market peaked through the other side, but it created this huge pin bar to the downside. This is a sell pin bar that is taking the market down, and most probably to this area here. So that's what I'm looking at Dogecoin. Let me just switch quickly to daily chart and see, show you how this trade worked out. Okay, so after this fake out right there, okay, we can see the market, and this was pretty much like a few days ago. There's just a huge spike up to here, and you can see then bears took over and the market just coming down slowly. All right, so that's what it was on that. So I'm just going to switch now back to weekly chart, and I'm going to take a look at the Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum had a nice move a few days ago. This is a weekly chart, but a few days ago we had a nice move from there. First of all, this is a nice example how the pin bar should look like. Okay, so we had a once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times retest of this $2,500 US. We're talking again on US dollars, so I'm going to switch again to Canadian just to show you the price here. That's the price you're going to see on Wealthsimple. Okay, so one thing I want to show you here, first of all right, and let me just mark these areas. So this is what I'm looking at right now, and this is Ethereum. All right, so in order to jump and buy this coin, first of all, we had this nice bounce here, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then finally bulls came in again in play, and the market just took off. When it took off, this was the last resistance that we had here previously. All right, so you can see also the bulls were showing up at that hand, and we had also quite a few times market not being able to go up or down through this area. So we can see that this area, this is now Canadian dollars 41.59, $4,200 area, was not being able to penetrate with the price. And then we finally managed to do it. And I thought, oh my God, this was a great opportunity to just to buy in this area again, right? Well, what happened the next session? So this is a fake out. This is what we call a fake out. When the bulls break on the other side, close the price, we are waiting at this area to get a signal to continue on. So we are waiting for the retest after the breakout. We are waiting for the retest of this area, of this support area. However, look at the next session, okay? We have a beautiful sell engulfing bar that takes over the previous bar, and this is called fake out, where price basically takes the traders into it. This is why I always talk about waiting for the market to show its end, okay, what's going to happen at that area. And by just jumping onto this candle and saying, oh yeah, the price is closed and that, let's just buy in, well, this would be a huge loss for all, you know, that jumped into it without a signal. Okay, signal has to be a confirmation for all of it. We do have a trend which is to the upside. We do have a support area which is right there. However, we had a fake out here with this beautiful engulfing candle to the sell zone, and we can expect the market to come down here again at $3,198 and probably give us another opportunity to buy in from the even better price. Okay, target would be, well, this would be the first target, and then the second target would be these highs, so which is around $5,000. So that's what I'm looking at. You can see a lot of different cryptocurrencies that I trade and I look at, and I also have some EFTs that I'm looking at here. So if you pause the video, you can see all the stuff that I'm looking at here. So let me just clear here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you can see all the crypto. This is all the crypto that I'm looking at right now. So if you pause the video, you can see all of them that I'm looking, and you can also find these areas for yourself. These are the from here up to here would be all the EFTs that I'm looking at, and they have a great opportunity into trading, all right? And then, of course, my stocks are up here. Of course, first of all, banks, and then we have the rest of the stocks. I also look at the S&P 500 just for a reference, but I'm looking at these charts all the time on a regular basis, and that's how I make my trading decisions. So this would be a probably a bit longer video, but I hope I covered some stuff, and you can see all these beautiful opportunities that are developing right in front of your eyes, so you can follow along. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you like this video. Again, this is not a recommendation for anybody to buy, sell, or hold any securities at all. This is the way I see the markets at this point of time. I hope you learned something new from today's video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you, and have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.